I have been a Robin Hood fan my whole life. My first favorite movie that I can think of was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. I love the idea. I love the setting. Good overcoming evil. I love all the variations that they've done of the Robin Hood movie. I mean, I'm gonna admit, I love the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights. It made me laugh. It's funny. It's stupid. I'm not a big person on comedies. I like the Russel Crowe Robin Hood, the Robin Longstride, the Robin Loxley thing. I loved the. I even thought that the Jamie Foxx version. The one from 2018 that had I think it was, I forgot who directed it. I think it was Guy Ritchie directed it, but it was good. A lot of people thought that was terrible. I thought it was good. So I've always been like a fan of the Robin Hood genre, and so saw that Robin Hood Sherwood Builders was an option, and I was like, let's do it. Let's absolutely get into it. And I haven't taken a look at this. I'm literally looking at this for the first time. So it's what I was told about it in the little, because I got the key from Keymailer. Oh.
Robin of Locksley survived the burning sands of faraway lands as he served his role in the unforgiving Crusades.
Alrighty.
He emerged unscathed from deadly skirmishes just to become an exile and face mightier enemies in his own home country.
Alrighty.
His previous hideout in Silwich, which was razed to the ground, the forests of Sherwood granted refuge to him and his retinue, while its new rulers threatened all. King Richard the Lionheart's untimely demise plunged England into chaos and left roving bands and their petty warlords free to fight amongst themselves for territory and influence. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a murderer and usurper, exploiting the pervasive lawlessness, pillages one area after another, increasing his power and leaving the poor residents of Sherwood.
Ooh, savage.
Wild fate.
All right, so I'm gonna say I'm actually really impressed with that. Like that has been one thing I've said. A lot of lower key, smaller studios that they don't. I'm grabbed. That's good. It's good. The only thing I knew about this game was that it was cooperative gothic steampunk, which is another reason why when I saw the game, I was like, I want to get involved in that. Cooperative Gothic Steampunk. Robin Hood Sherwood Builders is an action-adventure RPG with base-building elements where you take on the role of the classic hero who stands up to tyranny and injustice. And I'm like, you know what? We're sold. So, Hunter Vision. Oh, slow motion. That's interesting. I see we've got a couple of interesting things. Oh, okay. Select combat mode. Precise. No movement while attacking. A more realistic and demanding combat mode allows for more precision execution of combo attacks and easier enemy targeting, but demands more thinking when it comes to timing your attacks. Intended for players who prefer a more tactical approach to carrying out attacks. Or dynamic. An alternative mode that permits movement while using basic attacks, which makes it easier to dodge enemy attacks, but requires you to have greater control over attack range and makes combo attacks more difficult to carry out. Intended for players who prefer to focus on basic attacks in combat. I'm gonna go dynamic. Choose difficulty level. Easy, normal, hard. Well, we'll try easy. This is really well done so far. This is like the diamond in the rough. If you're looking for an RPG, this is like the diamond in the rough. Now, I will say, because I'm always critical of tutorials, I think we all know by now that I'm supposed to travel towards that that exclamation point, but it would be good if maybe they, you know, if video games didn't take for granted that people know what you want them to do, and maybe, you know, maybe sort of kind of exactly make sure the person knows. But I think we can all agree at this point somebody should be able to figure out between the upper left hand corner of a safe haven and the big exclamation point that we know where we're going. Oh, introduction. Press enter to read the tutorial. Oh, Robin Hood's main goal is to liberate the 4 regions in central England from the rule of Sheriff of Nottingham and his followers. Eliminating enemies and aiding the defenseless through quests and events increases Robin's reputation. Open tutorials. Oh, well, here we go. Achieving a score of 40% reputation in a region unlocks the ability to start its main story quest. Okay. While exploring a region, you will encounter events and quests that bring you closer to completing completing your adventure's main goal. Alrighty, this is a good tutorial. Saving village residents from execution, escorting them, and rescuing from the kidnappers. Attack convoys, warehouses, and tax collectors. Defending people against corrupt knights, ruthless soldiers, forest raiders, and many other threats. Your character development will depend on the effective use of skill points and the expansion of your own settlement, allowing you to craft the necessary items, gain special abilities, or produce necessary raw materials. I'm excited. I am no kidding excited. Oh my god. Path of the blade, path of craftsmanship, path of the arrow, path of endurance, path of shadows. Available skill points. I have 6 skill points. Critical chance, stroke of luck. Not that kind of stroke. Decreases time needed to reactivate hunter vision. Max health points. Well, I always like max health points. What is this nightmare skill tree? Increases damage dealt with both regular and special bow attacks. I'm taking that. Increases maximum carrying weight. I'm taking that. Increases damage dealt with regular sword attacks. No. Increases max health. Yes. What do I have? 2 points left. Increases max health. Yes. That's the 2 cost. And increases bow damage. Yes. Alrighty. Probably made ranger recklessness. Yes, exactly. Give me lots of health so that I can take some sword hits, and then give me extra bow damage. No, don't cancel. Apply. Yes. So I have 240 health with 6% damage reduction. The bow accuracy 100%. Yes, that's what I like to see. Except I don't like it whenever it says plus 100%. Because it's like plus 100%, but you started at 5 accuracy. Bow attacks. Special attacks. No skill, no skill. Okay. I'm sure we'll get into all of this. Simple sword. I don't even have a bow. Oh, I do. Wood arrows. Where's my bow? Oh, that's craft. I don't have a... You throw rocks. Yeah, probably. That would be about the size of it. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, at least I have a sword in my hand. I have a quiver on my back and a sword in my hand. Probably gonna yell at me that I wasn't supposed to take the sword. Food and hydration. Press enter to read the tutorial. Remember to regularly check your indicators of hunger and thirst. If you neglect either of these, it can have lethal consequences. Simple food items can be found in the world. You can construct a kitchen in Robin's Village. That sounds like a good restaurant. Robin's Village. That will enable the preparation of much fancier meals. Water is a far simpler matter. You just need to find a well and have the required empty bottles. Don't be fooled though. Bottles are significant items that need to be managed. They can determine the success of your mission. Alrighty. So... I'm gonna craft a water bottle. Oh, I did it. I crafted a water bottle. Pick up salt. I'm stealing Friar Tuck's salt. What's up, Tuck?
I always worry when you're away from home for long, Robin.
Dude, the way you're looking at me, it's like we're not having a relationship, are we?
My good friar, the sheriff will face death well before I do.
I like the fact that it's voiced over. That's awesome.
Haughty as always, I'm just good health, friend.
Don't worry, we're not in danger this time. We're safe here.
Nothing I can do after the nightmare that the Crown's men brought on us and our old home.
This time they won't run into us. All right, I don't have to read the dialogue.
This time they won't run into us. We're well hidden. I saw to that.
The previous settlement was so goodly. I know you all too well, you crafty fox. I'm aware you're scheming to fight back.
What matters is everyone made it out alive. After I defeated Black Henry and freed Marion, the sheriff completely lost his composure. I must stop the enemy before he becomes too powerful.
The enemies, the king and sheriff, don't stop at their own henchmen. You constantly hear about ever more scoundrels plaguing the surroundings of Nottingham.
King's allies grow in numbers. Some are bought with land assignment, others threatened with death and confiscations. We must weaken the grip of the king and the sheriff if we are to feel safe here.
I'm a crafty fox.
Definitely, Robin. Recently, Little John had his shirt cut. We can't take risks like that.
He'll recover. You know him. We each have our crosses to bear. You say so yourself.
Well said. You may be right. This settlement seems secure.
This time no one will find us. Time to let an arrow loose right into the beast's heart.
I believe you, dear Robin, but before you do that, you must regain your strength.
Regain your
Setting up a
strength.
new village is exhausting work. Eat something, have a drink, rest in your home. We'll talk later.
Hey, somebody said I throw stones. You're right, I do apparently. Eat food. I don't want to waste it. There's a pig. He literally just crushed it. Dude, he's slugging on that water bottle like it's wine. All right. Where's my home? Wanted. Dead or alive? Robin, apparently I'm making friends already. A piggies! A piggies. Oh, apparently that was my home. Oh. Oh. Accidentally drank my other water. I didn't. This is. I'm gonna put my food on the. I'll put my water on down there too. All right. Oh, I nearly killed Marion. I thought it was a dummy.
Please, look out for yourself when you're out gathering the herbs.
Very funny. I've been locked in a tower once, and now there's no end to the jokes.
Jokes? Me? My dearest, I'm only a simple outlaw. I know nothing of jokes.
I know nothing of jokes.
just like I know nothing of herbs. Come here, simple outlaw. I've missed you.
And I have missed you, Marion.
The voice actor for Robin is...
Going back to your woes, Little John has been teaching me how to swing a blade properly. Anyone who gets too close will now find themselves a head shorter.
I think the voice acting is AI. Because it has that weird, like, inflection. Open Robin's chest. Oh. Oh. Choose when to wake up. Wake up at sunrise, right? Speak to Tuck. Hey, Marion must have made bread. Salt, onion, barley flour, apple, roast rabbit, roast chicken, Samwise Gamgee. This is Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. Which is weird because they start Robin Hood off without a bow, but it is what it is. It's a Robin Hood RPG, yes. It is where's their Steam page? Yes. When do I play Rust? I don't generally play Rust.
Have you already managed to get some rest? Good friend, it'll never cease to amaze me how little sleep you need. This can't be healthy.
This can't be healthy.
It's good for you, as long as you have water instead of wine, good friar.
I'm not swayed by this. Besides, those who sleep don't sin. I'll keep my wine.
Now that's 100% AI voice.
I knew how you'd react. Take it easy, Tuck. Your cask supply's safe.
I should think so. It's a strategic reserve for a time of crisis.
For a time of crisis.
Certainly. Not another word.
I take it you slept so well, you misplaced your weapon. Where is your bow?
We're gonna solve the bow problem.
This time I didn't lose anything. I broke it during a hunt. We've had so much work with building a new village that I haven't had time to craft a new one yet.
The forest hasn't been kind to us of late. The worst is behind us, however, and now you can take to making your bow in peace. Grab a hatchet and fell a few trees. The wood should suffice for both the bow and the arrows. I have a hemp cord here that should do as a bowstring.
That's all the help I need. Thank you, Tuck.
Thank you, Tuck.
I know how much you value your weapon. See to crafting it, but be right back. Our village needs your help.
Our village needs you. Who built this ramp? Helen Keller? Like, what is going on here? I guess it's not a ramp, it's a bridge. An outlaw's best friend. Oh, okay. Have you decided on a permanent archetype for Ashes of Creation? No, I haven't decided on anything for Ashes. I'll look at Ashes later this year when it comes on to Alpha 2. That's when I'll give away all the Alpha 2 keys I have. And then I'll make some decisions then. Your favorite Friar Tuck version is the Kevin Costner movie one. Yes. Although I know I am godly, I know that I am not worldly. That's a little weird. Oh. Cut down your first tree is an achievement. Yeah, I have a feeling that I'll probably end up being a cleric or a bard or a tank. And I say that because I almost always find it easier as a guild leader to be a tank or a healer, because that's usually what your guild needs more of. If I get somebody who's going to be the guild's primary tank, I'll be the primary healer. Because you always want to have a good tank and a good healer that can carry everybody else through content. Okay, craft bow. Ooh, dungeon. The interesting thing is, it says craft bow, but it in no way goes about telling me how to do that. See, when I rate games, I don't rate everybody rates games on the same things. I rate games on the tutorial and the ease of gameplay. Oh, okay, so here we go. Make a bow. Make an arrow. Oh, that's 40 arrows. Alrighty. I'm very confused. Can I make 40 more? No. Let's cut down another tree then. Can't cut down you. Oh, okay. I can cut down you though. Come here. I could cut you down if I wasn't... There we go. So that's a little weird. Yeah, you whine like a mule. You are still alive. Morgan Freeman makes the best companion. Oh, that's okay. So we got 120 arrows now. That'll get the job done. Oh wow, their physics are those shot physics are pretty good. I think what I want to do though is chop down one or two more trees. I have a feeling I'm gonna miss a lot. Yeah, 109. Yeah, 200 arrows. That's what we're talking about. 200 arrows is plenty. Alan Rickman and Michael Wincott, two of the best villainous actors as dual bad guys. Michael Wincott is a guy of Gisborne, right? Oh shit. Yeah, Guy of Gisborne. He's also he's the bad guy in The Crow, but he's like the middle guy in Alien 3. He's the henchman with one eye from Three Musketeers. Yeah. And then the sad part is that he like just kind of disappeared, right? He kind of just like vanished. Probably smart, probably made all the money he needed and said, peace, I'm out. What's up, Tuck?
With a bow like this, you have nothing to fear. Unless you get on Marion's bad side again by telling her to cook for you. Even the purest steel and holy water wouldn't help you then.
Time's long past. We've explained things to each other and agreed I wouldn't make this mistake again. Speaking of whom, have you seen her anywhere?
Be at ease. This time no one lured her into a trap. She left to help the locals. She'll be back sooner or later.
I think this voice would be great if this was like a talking squirrel or an owl or some shit. But it doesn't sound like a friar.
That sounds like a... You said you could use my help here?
Yes, there are many things we need. Food, most of them all. A better archer couldn't be found in all of Sherwood. Before you set off to take from the rich, perhaps you could use your skills to aid us.
I'll gladly try out the new bow. Stoke the fire. We're having a roast tonight. I'll leave the meat in storage.
Everyone in the village is working so intensely, a small feast should lift their spirits.
I've heard better voice acting from ChatGPT and Skyrim mods. Yeah. I think Friar Tuck's voice, if it was done by an AI, needed to be tweaked a little bit. It's funny though. It's funny. Doe meat. Get meat while hunting. Oops. Oh. I think I'm gonna sleep and get health back. Assuming sleeping gives health back. Don't tell OSHA about this place. That's right. Yeah, no, that wasn't starving. That was my... Oh, is my health and food the same? Oh, no, there we go. My health is on the side. I see, it's half. Well, I'm going to try to do the next quest before I use more food. Pick up antlers. Pick up wine.
You know, I've been sharpening my arrowheads differently. Oh, trying to reinvent the wheel, are we? More like refining the blade.
Yeah, don't tell OSHA about Sherwood Forest and how we don't have handrails. Because then we'll have a government investigation and we'll never hear the end of it. Available quest. Yeah, or the ADA. No elevator, that's right. No elevator, no ramp, no designated handicap horse parking. I mean, yeah, it wasn't stairs, so it was, yeah, it probably was a ramp, but not a handicap. Yeah, it was dangerous as hell. Hey, what's that? It's a barrel. Open the barrel. Somebody put a piece of pine in the barrel. How considerate of them. You have to say you already like the Eternal Tombs Discord? Yeah, I'm waiting on Eternal Tombs' next testing. It's in like a month. What? I'm getting killed by the cackling monkeys. Thanks for spotlighting Eternal Tomb. It's giving me... Well, here's the thing. I haven't actually spotlighted Eternal Tombs yet. The truth of the matter is I haven't spotlighted it. I haven't even really talked about it. What I've done is I've just talked about some of their philosophies, right? I think that Eternal Tombs has an interesting development team behind it, and I like how their response is basically, we don't believe in microtransactions, and we don't believe in spending thousands of dollars on cosmetics or buying cosmetics for games that aren't even launched yet. I also found it interesting that they're not doing any sort of Kickstarter. I don't think MMOs should be Kickstartered. And I say that because then you're transferring the risk from you to the community. But then if you do a Kickstarter to fund your game, but your belief is, oh, well, we don't have investors, so we're not beholden to anybody. Well, you do have investors. You have investors that aren't going to get any financial return on investment, but you do have investors. Anybody who backs a project before it launches is an investor. And if we're going to kid ourselves and play word games, then we're just, we keep being part of the problem then. I figure if they put in a slow mode, they probably intend for you to use it, right? But no, I plan on doing a video just on Eternal Tombs, and I'm going to stream it when it's in testing this month. There's a couple of other games I'm planning on looking at. I'm planning on trying to do daily YouTube content for a while. Basically get the lead out of my ass and go back to content creation. It's like, what am I waiting for? Just stop waiting and make the content. Today I'm going to be, once I'm done streaming today, I'm going to be doing Crusader Kings. Their new expansion, Land of the Dead, is so good. That expansion is so good. I like the YouTube videos. They've been short and easy to digest. Yeah, I'm trying to basically resurrect a dead YouTube channel. So thank you to everybody who's liking, commenting. I need to kickstart the impressions. I need to kickstart the reach. Plus, I got to get rid of a lot of followers that, you know, I haven't seen a positive gain in followers in a long time. That's because a lot of people are offended by me, and that's okay. You can be offended. Missed. I'm not going to change who I am in order to basically be popular, because that's not my style. But yeah, I plan on this week. Somebody asked me to do a video on if I think flying mounts are flying mounts getting the but was most of the fall off when you went after the guy for copyright? No, it's basically every time I put on a new video, people unsubscribe. I haven't been gaining subscribers. It's just people are like, I don't want to watch this creator anymore, and that's fine. Ooh, back flank. There we go. So. But it's okay. I'm okay with not being the most popular guy in the room. I'm okay with not being mainstream. Because if I have to not have an opinion on anything in order to keep viewers happy, then what the hell am I streaming for? It's basically the really popular people never really have an opinion. They're kind of middle of the road. Don't say anything offensive. Don't offend anybody. So far, this is definitely the type. Honestly, to be popular on YouTube, you can't have an opinion. You have to pander to the hive mind. Yes. Pretty much. Pretty much exactly that. Deliver the meat to the warehouse. There's the warehouse. What's up, Little John? You look surprisingly like Friar Tuck with hair.
Saints and heavens above, you're back safe and sound, good Robin. Allow me to ask, how was the matter of our does? Was your hunt successful?
How long have we known each other that you still need to ask? My eyes haven't failed me this time either. I just hope that there's enough for everyone. Please, make sure they have a warm meal today.
By the Blessed Mother, of course it shall be done. Well fed and under your leadership, they will soon take up proper work.
What do you mean by that?
The expansion of our settlement, of course. The merry men are starting to run out of breathing room. You are surrounded with many loyal people. Each of them needs a roof over their head. The more houses there are, the more able bodies we have for work.
I think I know what you're hinting at, Tuck.
Have I become that predictable? In that case, I won't beat about the bush. We need wood to construct homes for the village's inhabitants. There's more of us here with each passing day.
What did they type into the chat AI? Man holding in fart after sucking in helium. Oh my god. Wait, why am I having to collect stones? Don't we have like orphan children in the town? Like, look at all these stones. What do I need? 10? I probably have 10 already. Oh, it's a cow. Hi, cow. Well, what the hell happened to him? I'm not up on my Robin Hood lore, but I missed the child labor part for sure. Well, I mean, come on, you got orphan kids in the town. The least the orphan kids could do would be to pick up all the stones. I mean, that's the very least they could do. Apparently I can't harvest that one. Looks just like the one next to it. No, you can't have that one. You can only have the one up there that's glowing green. You can have that one. That one's harvestable. Not the one next to it though, damn it. That's a protected tree. That's a sacred tree. Don't you dare try to chop down the sacred tree. So far it seems a little bit like they're hand-holding you. It feels a little bit like they have the pray, go, do, gather, return quest theory in mind, which is okay. It's not a terrible quest theory. At least they don't have me out here chopping down like 500 trees. Construct a house. Okay. Oh, hey, look at this. Manage your village. Surprised there's not a tutorial here. Wait a minute. This is where your village resides, raising the population of your village. Construct your first community category building. Done. Hey, look at that. Started constructing a home. Items in storage. Oh, look at that. Leave. I have no workers. Oh, well, that's what I'm building the house for. Do 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 do. Hey, look at that. We built a house with no handrails. And apparently no door either. Okay. Did you just shoulder check your new employee? Yeah. Took him too fucking long to build that house. There's being the boss, and then there's being the boss, and being a boss.
That carpentry is an exceptional craft.
True. Looks cozy.
Now is the time for the people who live there to get to work. Fortunately, none of them expect a free dinner. We have a few tool production specialists here, And if you build a furnace, you will see that for yourself.
Tuck, are you trying to use some underhanded ploy to send me out into the woods?
God forbid! This time to the quarry. The furnace requires stone. Extract it and watch over the construction. You won't regret it, as we need the tools the furnace provides.
Okay. So we need more pine, more stone, and reeds. And apparently pine resin is a new thing. 'Cause I just got one of those. Oh, look at this. Here we go. We got stuff going on now. Boulders Gate Mine. Not Baldur's Gate. Boulders Gate. Better. Voice like that, totally bald, and his head is shaped like a lumpy nutsack. Poor guy rolled snake eyes in the game of genetics, didn't he? Somebody said, what do we do for a good-looking character for this game? And one of the character designers said, hold my beer. It's Friday at 3:30, but I'll have this shit done by 4. Someone misread Doug and thought it started with an F. That's funny. I'm just gonna get some extra stone because I have a feeling that this is gonna... I kind of see where this tutorial is going. I think that alone is it's gonna make me buy the game. There you go. Another satisfied customer. Hours of me laughing at Prior Tug. Like, I also play Crusader Kings 3, and I've been playing with a mod that allows you to shatter the world into counties. Everybody starts as a count. Oh my god. The game is... Nobody does anything. It takes them 4 generations of marrying to start any wars. Meanwhile, I'm already like the king of Ireland. I'm almost the emperor of Britannia, and they're still taking over the county next to them. I mean, I will say, for what it is, this is pretty good. Your last few CK3 games, you were burned as a witch. Yeah, Don't do that. I always do a custom religion where I make witchcraft virtuous, which makes the rest of the world hate me. But I make every single person I ever capture convert to my religion. Although now the practicing religion in secret thing is kind of good too, because you make somebody convert and they might still practice their religion in secret. So that's cool. Now, I know some people complain, and this is what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Some people complain about Crusader Kings 3 because it's like $100 to buy the game and all the DLC. And they're like, well, why can't you just make the game cheaper? Well, I'm sure they would love to. But you're talking about year over year of development. A lot of people don't like Paradox Interactive for that reason alone, that they make a lot of DLC for their games. But even with Crusader Kings 3, they give you half of the content is free. Yeah, Paradox Interactive does DLC like it's supposed to be done, in my opinion. Exactly. You spend $50 on the core game, you play the core game for 300 hours, you got your money's worth. Yeah, it's true DLC. It's not content they stripped out of the base game. Exactly. Now, some people, the most recent expansion has 50-50 results because people are upset because they're like, it's not worth the money. It's $20 and it adds at least, I will play through at least 10 games. I will play at least 400 hours on this new expansion. So for $20, I'd say that's worth it. I think this is something that MMOs should look into. This right here, if you don't want to put idiot lights on everything, if you guys haven't seen this, I'm looking for reeds and I can't find them. So I use my hunter vision and it kind of like puts a glow on it. And I was able to find the other reed I needed using the hunter vision. That's actually kind of cool. You could call it gatherer vision. Like, are these reeds? Yeah, those are reeds, but say you didn't see them, right? Now you, oh. That's a cool feature. I like that. See, I think the biggest thing about looking at games is looking at games about what did you do good? What did you do well? And I think that they did well. There's a lot of quests. Have any food? I'm gonna have to eat soon. Can't eat clay. I could eat roast rabbit. Oh, you can switch arrows too? Oh. Yeah, but like what Karthos was saying, I think one of the things about CD Projekt Red, they sold you Phantom Liberty, but most of Phantom Liberty was content that was stripped out of the base game. Well, CD Projekt Red, you wonder why people aren't happy with you. Cyberpunk launched, it was in a terrible state, took you years to get it good, And then when you released an expansion pack, you didn't really release an expansion pack. You released all the content that you were supposed to release in the core game. You didn't. And then even old developers that worked there were like, what they released you was mostly the stuff that they cut out. I could understand if you were going to put in all the stuff you cut out and a bunch of new stuff. But developers are just getting greedy. But it's our fault. As I've talked about, and I have a bunch of the videos that I'm doing, and over on my YouTube, I've been talking about like microtransactions. Microtransactions only exist because that's what the players wanted. If players said universally, we don't accept this, then they wouldn't be there. There would be no microtransactions. But players are dumb. All right, construct a furnace. The fun thing is players say one thing, do another, complain about microtransactions, then buy everything. Companies see the money and they're like, yep, this works, and do more. The character's looking to his right. I thought he had a sack over his head in the character gear screen. Oh yeah, he's looking over to his right. And yet games like Rust and Conan Exiles are able to release content without having to charge money for it. Except how does Rust and Conan Exiles make their money? Because they are charging money for it. Rust and Conan Exiles aren't free. And also, Rust and Conan Exiles make money. The base games are not free for sure, and people license, rent servers, so that's where they make money. That's how they get that piece. And then there's optional transactions for both, I believe. Yeah. Conan Exile's cash shop, right? And then the Rust item store. So, I mean, you say games like Rust and Conan Exiles are able to release content without having to charge money for it, but they are charging money for it. Yes, but the DLCs are not required to play the game. I'm not talking about the DLCs. I'm talking about the item store. The microtransaction store. And again, what DLCs are ever required to play a game? You can play Crusader Kings 3 without the DLC. I've not spent a dime on Rust. That's a lie. You did spend a dime on Rust. You bought the base game. Besides the initial cost. Is CK3 good? A buddy wants you to start playing. I think it's very good. I think it's very, very, very good. And here's the thing. You say, I've not spent a dime on Rust. That's fine. You haven't. But the player base has. Because 2 games that didn't have people spending money on them. Bless Online and Elyon. Where are they? They're closed. They're gone. Somebody has to pay the money. It might not be you, but then we've got the idea of whales. It's one thing to say, I didn't spend any money. Great, but somebody did. Because if somebody didn't, there would be no game. The game would be shuttered. The game would be closed. I think it's really important to make sure that when you say you don't have to, you're right. You don't have to. If you buy Rust, you can play Rust and never put any other money in the game. But somebody's putting money in the game. Somebody has to be putting money in the game, or you have a company that's run by somebody who's independently wealthy and they just want to make a game. If I won the $1.8 billion Powerball, I would start a game company. I would run no Kickstarter, right? I would run no pre-sales. I would do no pre-marketing. I would take $500 million, make an MMO, release it, and then charge a box price and a subscription and call it a day.
Wonderful, Robin. You've mastered the portion of duties related to managing the village. I never doubted your hunting abilities, but governing a township is an entirely different skill set.
Release the helium.
As you see, I can manage that too.
Ha! Let's hope no roofs fall on anyone's head.
I can think of at least one person in Nottingham Castle who could use a roof collapsing on his head.
Robin, though I do have a similar sentiment towards falling roofs and the sheriff's head. Anyway, listen to me well now. This is a serious matter.
Why so serious?
So, you know how to be serious.
I can, and so should you by now. The village that we're setting up here is only the beginning. You'll see for yourself that in time we'll learn how to function not as a band of forest outlaws, but as a well-organized community.
Yeah, why charge $20 for a DLC when I can release 20 outfits at 20 a pop and Willie the Whale can cover the costs?
That's the plan. I'll make it so that the people will live free again, safe from the sheriff's tyranny.
Of course, I believe it. Even if I didn't, that would make scarcely a difference with your persistence.
What's this about then?
About the people, in fact. For now, those closest to us. You realize we're surrounded by a vast and marvelous land, after all. It is inhabited by various houses, groups, and alliances. It's often the case that they are not quite fond of each other.
Yes, neighbors not being fond of each other. Who would have thunk it?
I'm aware of that, Friar.
Try to win the sympathy of at least a few. Show this land that not all hope is lost. Having their support means you'll travel the road further ahead with greater confidence.
Reasonable. Is there something I should start with?
Every action taken against the outlaws or the men of King John and the sheriff is an action that counts. To every one of us. When the king's steward looks to take some good person's head, you stop him. When you see a caravan laden with royal gold, I'm sure you see where this is going.
Yes, that gold is going in my pocket.
I understand.
There are, however, places where exceptionally unsettling things are said to happen.
What do you mean?
The Barnsdale region is a place where you can find both the king's men as well as bandit ruffians. The sons of Adam and the waved children make up the chief threat there. Apart from them, the local people are bound to accept your aid.
They deserve it, and they'll have it. They mean as much to me as the people who live in our forest refuge.
Very noble of you, dear Robin, as always. I know you believe it, but you must make them believe it too. Some of those people are afraid and just want to survive. Others don't really know what to think at all. Convince them with your actions and the sheriff's reign will fall faster than you expect.
My God.
I believe you, Friar. Are there any places I should see?
I have two in mind. Would you prefer to hear about mysterious thefts or wolves in a silver mine?
Wolves in the mine? Those wine casks were meant for an emergency, not for a single dinner.
Very amusing. Wolves is a moniker given to House de Grey by the locals. You will find Hildewolf Mine to the southeast. It belongs to King John.
This already sounds interesting.
Since recently, though, it's been swarming with de Grey's men. Word is they took by force, with little regard for the king's law.
Well, then it's not the king's mine.
Is there any chance they'll finish each other off?
I do not know what to make of this. On the one hand, they are the enemy of our enemy. On the other, they're known for wars and conflict that they start with nearly everyone they meet.
Wait, starting conflict with everyone you meet? Is this my house?
Anything else?
The de Greys also dabble in exotic alcohol trade and scheming.
Sounds
I
like
won't
good people.
deny that the former interests me more than the latter.
Robin Hood should be in the public domain, right?
I can wager a guess.
Right now, the most important matter is that the peasants from Hildewolf Mine fell out of the frying pan and into the fire. The boot of their new tyrants weighs heavily on them, and they surely need the help of someone like you. Besides, access to silver may help us arm our people better.
Mysterious thefts. Sounds like something right up my alley.
I don't know much about them, but I've heard tell that traders traveling through Barnsdale are relieved of their riches in a rather crafty manner. Searching for any remaining loot or culprits has been futile.
The outlaws?
Single player
Sheriff.
RPG.
The sheriff wouldn't have bothered to hide anything. Outlaws would have left clues. Talk to Nicholas. He's a cloth merchant and an old friend. He's probably sitting somewhere in a tavern and mourning his loss.
Hardly a wonder. I'll speak with him. Maybe I'll learn something. I'll look into it.
By Nicholas, the resource trader. What am I missing? I need more lumber. Yeah, single player. I'll go the other route. I'll go to the cloth merchant. I knocked down that tree. I didn't mean to. But it is what it is. I didn't know you can knock down those trees. Marion's got a quest for me. So far, I will say, an hour into the game, I like it. I'm you know, there is a couple of things I'm confused about. Yeah, we'll go like knocking down a tree because you need the trees to put houses on, but it is what it is. We'll figure that out. Obviously, the learning example is when it sends you out to go gather resources, gather 4 or 5 times the amount of resources it tells you. That way, you can just knock out several houses at one time, or at least have the materials in stock that, so when you can, like, if I think there's a gold component, but no, so far it's, I mean, I gotta look up the so far, I mean, I'm not entirely sure if it's worth the $30 price point. It really all depends on what the length of content is. But so far, it looks like it would take me a length of time. The story is entertaining. The Friar Tuck voiceover is so bad it's good. right? But it looks like this could be an RPG that could keep you busy for, you know, a weekend. How much replayability there is, there's probably not much. It doesn't look like it's like a Baldur's Gate 3 where you have decision points. But I mean, so far, it looks like there is a fair number of content. For $30, you probably want at least 60 hours of entertainment. No, I usually go $1. My entertainment to value ratio is $1. So, because if you think about it, you pay $15 to go see a movie that's 2 hours. So that's like $7. That's like $7 an hour. I think MMOs. What? Well, that was luck. That was 100% all luck. Not expecting that level of violence. Fly, you fools. Well, I saved her. I don't know how to get her out. Oh. They all fled. Oh, they opened the door for her. Good job. Much proudness. Oh, what are you? Open barrel. You're garlic.
Are you all right? The right of first night?
Starting lawless times and I'm still whole. But my Edwin isn't bloody lordlings.
Okay, the AI voiceover is terrible.
What did you do to that lord?
What was I supposed to do? Stand there and give myself? I bent my leg in the knee and let him have it so hard his eyes came together. But Edwin, poor thing.
It's not your fault. They started it all. They should get what's coming to them.
They got theirs, but they should have got more. Painfully.
They call me Robin Hood, and I have an offer for you. You're not likely to find peace here. Sooner or later, someone will come after you. My village is filled with people who don't want to be ruled by lords and brutes. You'll be welcome there.
I have some dowry gold. I don't think it's dowry anymore. I can also work, but not here. Not staying here.
Keep your gold. You'll have use for it yet. I'll show you the way to our outpost. When you get there, tell them I sent you. Talk to Marion, and you'll never get hurt again.
See you again, Robin.
Until later, Martha.
Wow, 1.5% reputation, and you have to get 40. So you're going to be doing a lot of little quests. I'll read all those in the journal when I need to. I just can't handle the way it's bobbing the screen. This is one thing, yeah, that was pretty jarring. This is one thing I want game companies to recognize. Don't do that. Make sure that the yellow exclamation point, well, first of all, I don't need to have the yellow exclamation point over it at all. That's what I call an idiot light. Definitely don't make it so it's visible through the building, right? I would rather them, what's my quest here? I'm looking for the resource trader. So I would rather you spend a few minutes, whatever, while you're building the building, put a sign that indicates it's a resource trader. And so when I come in here, I have to talk, because like this should not be the guy that I immediately go to. I should go to him and have to talk and engage. And then I can find out that he's the resource trader.
Is there anything you need?
Is there anything I need? Trader's offer, my offer. I'll get rid of that because I don't want it anyway. You don't have tracker 1 unlocked. Plus, press U to learn about the required skills after you leave the conversation. Construct Trapper's hut to unlock. And I need tracking 1. So I gotta go, oh, see, this is the sort of gameplay loop I don't like. I gotta go all the way back to my town, make a tracker's hut to come and do the quest that you sent me to do. That's no bueno. That's no good. That's just a time wasting loop then. Because that 5 minutes I run back. Yeah. Not a big fan of the way they did that. Well, the grass looks good. The foliage looks good. The foliage matches the rest of the environment. Oh, hey. A little look-see stand. Not OSHA approved. See, this would be a great little place right here. Instead of my mini-map showing me everything, Fog of War would have been nice. But also, if you do these little stands, then you could do it where like you survey from left to right and you fill in a little bit of the Fog of War on the map. I think Fog of War is so important because it gives you a reason to explore everything, not just the idiot light of go here. I wish I could climb. Let me get on the roof. These are the little things though. I mean, maybe they had a reason they didn't want Fog of War. Or maybe they didn't think about putting Fog of War in. I think your map should only stay current, especially in persistent worlds. Your map should only stay current for 3 days. Your map should not update unless you go back there and update. If something gets built and you weren't there, you should have to go there. Like, one thing I always disagreed with EVE Online was EVE Online allowed you to get a lot of information from just the map that you shouldn't have had access to. All right. So this is a mine. good. I like that. That's good, even though it's frustrating. I gotta go to the front of the mine. Yeah, there we go. Very few places do it like this. Put the quest marker on top and make people figure it out. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like the fact that I can see that.
Last I checked, this mine belonged to King John. You don't look like his soldiers.
Aye, well, it did. Still does. But now the silver comes through us.
You have failed your Air Force PT test. What are those hand
Now
movements?
is it the Greys who hold a firm grasp on royal silver?
And since when is King John so pleased to see other hands lay on his treasures?
The bloody hell are you? Oi, Tom, you know this sword?
Can't see this much well with the hood on.
Yeah, you're right. You, hoodhead. Shut your face and show it before I shove my iron in it.
Gentlemen, some manners, please. I've hunted bigger wolves. Skinned some bigger ones still.
Ho ho! We've got a live one. Good. I get tired of beating skinny peons in a pope.
Come on then, try your luck with me.
It's the enemy!
That was pretty savage. I want to pick up his shield. Give me that. Cut his legs under the shield. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Hey, what up, man? Don't know whether there's... Whoa.
My good lord, what have you done? More of them will come back. They'll cut us down.
No one's coming back here. Calm down. Oh, I can't believe I'm asking this. But why are the king's men here?
Oh, hooded one, don't you know nothing? The king gave the mines to the House the Grey.
Since when does the king hand out his estate? As I recall, he's more in the taking business.
I don't know why, my lord. I'm Addy, a miner of 20 years. A slave as of recently.
Call me Robin. Addy, don't the de Greys look after you miners?
They do, Robin. They mind that the bruises heal before they have another go at us.
I see.
And if someone's too weak to work anymore, they hang him on the spot. We're all half dead here.
How many of you are down here?
A few. They keep some in the cages. The others they beat to set an example.
I'll free whomever I manage, and chase the Greys away. They should surrender the mine, and things will return to normal.
Look out for their leader. His name's Harper Webb. A dreadful man. He's far down in the mine, like a caged wolf. Even his people are too scared to disturb him.
I've known many men who were said to be terrifying. Hardly any of them lived up to their reputation.
Eel. I don't want to eat eel. Salmon. I do like me some smoked salmon. I do like me some smoked salmon. We'll take care of that. I have
free, friend.
You're free.
Thank you, my lord. I ain't seen no sun for a week. Thank you.
Safe returns, and be careful.
Wait a minute. That guy had an apple in his cage? I don't believe it. He's a spy. Wooden arrow. Wooden arrow. That guy was a spy if ever I saw one. You obtained a lever handle. Oh, you can't mine silver with a simple stone hatchet. Apparently that guy doesn't mind if you shoot at him. That's a cool feature too. I really like that. The lantern. Instead of like a flashlight. He's going straight back to the graves to get reinforcements. I know, right? I like the time. I like the effort they put into this. I really do. I don't know why I can't pick up all the gold coins off the ground. And I don't have lockpicks. Oh. Son of a.
What was that? It's Robin.
Obtained a door key. Are you gonna talk? Nope. I'm just gonna go on doing my thing. What up, buddy? You're free. He doesn't want to be free. I didn't murder him. He attacked me first. Isn't a sign of aggression a red exclamation point over your head? Because that's a sign of aggression, right? According to Florida law,
Upper Weeb,
I can defend myself.
Fearless slayer of poor peasants, unmatched hunter of defenseless miners.
You step into the wolf's lair and mock him? Somewhat brave, but mostly foolish.
I don't count myself among the most reasonable outlaws in these parts. You'll see for yourself in a moment.
A hooded outlaw? Am I being honored with the presence of Robin Hood?
So, this is what famous people feel like. Interesting. It's enjoyable. I can't say.
You're about to find out what dead people feel like.
Before the inevitable comes, I want to know, What in the hells are you doing here with your people?
What do you mean? I'm earning my keep and fighting for my family's better tomorrow. The Greys have longed for a place of their own in this world, and we'll tear one out of it for ourselves. None will treat us like cheap cannon fodder in their wars. We shall have the honors which we are due.
Oh my god. So this is, I love this company. I do, because so far I think the game is really good. Couple of parts I think needed to be polished, but I do want to say this is a classic example of no voice acting is better than bad voice acting.
Such a heroic struggle. Does it take much training before you can imprison a dying peasant?
Robin, not everyone will just throw their fortune, land, and comfortable life away in the name of sitting in a forest den. Sometimes you need to take wise steps to stave off defeat.
You took them, and yet the defeat is still coming. I only hope you'll last long enough to realize it was all a mistake.
Yeah, your moralizing bores me. Cease the debate and draw your weapon.
Well, now, that's an idea of chivalry I'd expect from a thick head. This won't take long after all.
This won't take long after all.
Enemy spotted!
Oh, good AI. Good AI. Kind of. Kind of. The unshielded guy sort of moved behind the guys with the shields. Yeah, I will say without the slow motion, I would have been done. I would have been done for there. I want the shield. I want the sword. Give me the goodies. Never like that about games. I see a nice sword on the ground and I can't take it. And any lootsies in here? Need some lootsies. That guy, as soon as he ran out of the room with the apple, that was the guy without the shield. I know they're going for realistic combat, but I'm not a fan of spin moves. Taking your eyes off your opponent is a great way to get punished. Yeah. But I mean, most people, I mean, you understand this and I understand this, but most people's understanding of combat comes from video games, which truthfully is like the absolute worst. Yeah, this is so much better. Keep the miners by the scruff of their necks and don't spare a whip's crack if they drag their feet. Yeah, this is much better way to read these than on that board. I mean, it's supposed to be quasi-realistic, but fun and flashy. Sure, that's fine. Right. Quasi-real, and I think that's what it really is. Have you watched any of those, like, documentaries where it's the, You watched any of the documentaries where it's like a weapons expert watching movies or video games and just talking about how bad it is? Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Tommy?
If you're trying to hide, I've got bad news for you.
What? No, I'm waiting for a convoy.
I had no idea today's youth was so diligent about paying taxes.
You just at my expense, good sir, and the circumstances hardly a laughing matter to me.
I'm no sir. The name's Robin Hood. And yes, the situation won't be cause for laughter when the king's men draw and quarter you.
How? How can this be?
Which is the penalty for waylaying royal treasure. And let's be honest, that's what's on your mind.
Oh, this kid is just gonna go after the royal treasure.
No. I mean, yes, but no. They were the ones who took the only keepsake of my father, his sword. Nothing else returned from the Crusades.
I am sorry. Many fine men made their final resting place. I barely made it back myself. I'll help you, for the sake of your father's memory and your own. By the way, what do they call you?
I am Tommy, and I thank you, Robin.
Don't mention it. Let's get to work.
We just have to be careful with one matter. If the caravan reaches Conisbro, it will get too dangerous for an attack.
They won't make it that far. That's a promise.
I'll be waiting in a clearing nearby. Join me there when you're ready.
Be waiting in a clearing nearby. Let Tommy know when you're ready. All right, Tommy. We're gonna take on these guards and we're gonna get your father's sword back.
I am ready, Robin. Shall we?
We can. Just keep close to me and your eye on the enemy.
Someone there? It's the enemy!
I see Tommy has frozen on me. Tommy, hit somebody with an axe, buddy. Tommy, buddy. I can't. It's 3-on-1, buddy. Oh! Took his arm off. Took the other guy's head off. I killed all the enemies. Rated E for everyone. That's a nice bug. Yeah.
A fine sword. Take good care of it and keep it safe, so that no one else finds it.
I know, Robin, and I am grateful for it.
I know, Robin.
Keep your eyes peeled. Don't let anyone ever take your weapon again.
I shall be so. This will never happen again. I'll sooner give my life.
He sounds like the guy from Season of the Witch. $18 skill points available. Oh my. What is this insanity? Still have 8? Wow. Figured since I'm gonna end up using my sword occasionally, I want to be the Robin Hood who only uses a bow, but that's not gonna be possible. So figured we better put a few points into swordplay there. Yeah, that's a really in-depth. Well, I would say it's a really in-depth skill tree, but so far it looks like I've got so many points that, again, I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to pick up. Yeah, I'm going to go this way next and bow accuracy and bow damage. I still have plenty of arrows. Go stop this guy from getting decapitated. Oh. Hello. Ow. Whoa, shit. Not today. So there's got to be a way to disable traps, and I got to figure out what that is. For now, I got to go north to my village now because I'm just about dead. So I would say this game is going to keep you busy for quite a while. Ain't stopping for shit. It doesn't matter what happens. Nope. Ain't stopping till I'm in my village. Whoa. Nope. Nope. Just run. Just run. Yeah, I went into that tomb, which was kind of cool, but then I lost almost all my hit points from the trap, which was fine. This is also a terrible village because it's in a ravine. I don't know who the hell picked this. Probably Tuck. You don't build your village in the bottom of a ravine, because then people stand at the top of it and shoot arrows down at you. Gotta do everything myself, Tuck. Back the other way, there's a bridge. Yeah, there's no passive health regen. Oh. So that's another place I gotta go explore once I have life. Here we go. Home sweet home. Robin's Village. Fresh on the agenda today. Just go to my bed and sleep, and then build some more stuff. You have to pay coins to make copper ingots. That's interesting. Not exactly user-friendly. I probably should have done his quest before I went anywhere, right? In the end of the day, that's probably going to be what works out to be I was stupid. Is that Marion has a quest? I bet you Marion makes potions. I bet you she teaches me how to make potions. I had to bet. That's gonna be how it works. Cheese! Over to that fire pot real quick. Didn't even talk to her. So I gotta kill more. I can make. Oh, I can go over here and get a piece of roast dough, or a piece of dough. I hunted it all right. that give health is the question? No. Alrighty. So I'm gonna give this game. So where we're officially at is about 1 hour and 54 minutes. So this is really where I like to stop and say, if I had bought this on Steam and I played for 1 hour and 54 minutes, would I be refunding or would I be keeping the game? And at first, I wasn't 100% sure if I thought the game was worth 30 some odd dollars, right? I wasn't there. Because, you know, you got a action adventure RPG with base building elements where you take on the role of a classic hero who stands up to the tyranny and injustice that haunts Sherwood, fight, craft, steal, and of course help local people. It's $29.99. Ultimately, where's the community page? That's weird. It doesn't have the normally. Oh, it's right there. Mostly positive. 344 reviews, mostly positive. It's rare that I review if you call that a game unless it's pretty awful. It's no AAA and it doesn't pretend to be, but the graphics are average at best. But I'll list dislikes. Dislikes. The character mouths don't move, but their arms and hands do. How can I get up to that wall, ledge, roof, you might ask? There's a nice ladder, but it's just scenery. I will agree with that. Some missions require intercepting treasure carts. One mission highlights the cart, zoom in to let me know it's there. I go to inventory to pick the battle, and all of a sudden the cart is gone. Not on my map, not in visual range, just gone. That's a problem. Yeah, not realistic, but decent. I would say it's worth $30. Too late for me now, but it's NPCs or voice AI generated. I feel like the only one that isn't is Robin Hood. No one else sounds like an actual person. I've already talked about that. I have said it's better to have no voice acting than bad voice acting. Definitely a fun game to try. I only have a little under 7 hours and still a ton of quests and base building to do. Well, I would hope so. I would recommend this game to those who enjoy slow progression. I would agree with that. It seems almost every decade Robin Hood gets reintroduced to the world at least once on the silver screen, which makes it quite interesting why so few games have made starring this folklore. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of things like this game to like in this game. Conceptually, this game has many things going for it. It's clear this could have been a truly great game, but it stumbles. The survival mechanics are lackluster and very limited. The resource gathering is tedious. I will agree with all those, but I mean, the truth is it worth $30? I would say it's worth $30. I would say it's worth $30. I'll be right back. I only caught the back half, but nothing looks like it really stands out. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's okay. It's meh. It's decent. It's good in spots, but not great. No, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that analysis. The thing is that, truthfully, if I didn't, and I'll say it like this because I don't like to bullshit. If I didn't have Crusader Kings 3 to play, I would probably play this through to see where it gets better. But I have another game. Like, I wasn't looking for a game, but I like Robin Hood as a character. So when this popped up, I was like, oh, like what is it? What was it that I needed? Is Robin Hood an actual historical figure or more of a myth? I've never gotten a good answer, but maybe you're the guy that would know. Well, Robin Hood is a historical figure, but how much of his story is myth? So we need a trapper's hut. So we need bamboo. I don't even know. Okay, that's one thing So I need bamboo. Location trader, Robin's Village. Okay. I didn't know I had a trader in my village. Are you my trader?
Hello.
You are my trader. Oh, you have bamboo? Nice. What else do you have?
Hello.
A rusty sword. Bowstring. Am I a review streamer? I wouldn't say I'm a review streamer. I would say I'm a streamer who reviews games, but I don't get paid to review games. If I was being paid, I would have put the disclaimer. Oh, I gotta put it in the chest. I like to review games based on 4 categories: graphics, audio, ease of gameplay, and like the tutorial. I will say this game, I do agree with the negative reviews where people said the AI is voice generated. I think that's definitely a statement where no voice acting is better than bad voice acting. But you know, they went with an idea, right? They went with an idea of we're going to do voice acting. I'm not 100% sure it worked out in their favor. Trapper's hut. We need pine to build another house. So. But no, I could see this keeping you busy for a weekend. I mean, because really at the end of the day, what are you expecting? What are you really expecting out of a purchase anymore? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much value? Warhead thinks 50 cents an hour. I think $1 an hour. Some people want to be able to play a game for 400 hours, but they only want the game to cost $20. Well, what was that game that just came out that was terrible? I think you could justify $30, but not 60. No, absolutely, right? If this game, I would even go so far as to say $29.99 might be an aggressive price point for this, for what it is. Now, I understand that they've got a team of people that want to get paid, and it is what it is. But, right? I might also think that $24.99 might have been a more accurate price point for it. What did Ubisoft just release? Skull and Bones. They released Skull and Bones for $59.99, and then they turned around and said, this is a quadruple A game.
Not me.
No, it's not. Not even close. It's not even close to a quadruple A game.
It's good to see you too, John. What happened?
Oh, something snapped in me back. I can barely bend down.
That must be normal at your age. Marion will make you a balm for it.
At my age? You forgotten about our meeting on the bridge or what?
You don't forget a blow like that. Although, I have been managing better in fights since then.
That's a little reference to the Kevin Costner movie.
Couldn't be any other way with a teacher as excellent as me. You fancy a little adventure?
And a friend as excellent as you, John. What adventure do you have in mind?
Nothing epic. A few thugs wanted too close and need to have their faces caved in for it. You ready to teach them a lesson? I'll show you where they are.
You seem like a solid critic watching for 10 minutes, but why you only have one chatter in the chat? Last hour chat history. Well, Warhead was here earlier. Karthos was here earlier, but Karthos, it's the weekend. Rochambeau was here earlier. I'm just getting back to streaming video games for a while. I'm an MMO RPG streamer, mostly. I like to dive into one game. I'm coming back out of a break. Yeah, Grumpy Old Man is eating. It's not my usual show time. Yeah, Gail's here. Gail's a lurker. Gail's always been here. You'll notice one of the things that I do speak out about is in fact, I think I see one now. I do try to get rid of all the Twitch bots in my channel. I don't like sitting here and having my viewer list filled with Twitch bots. Most of these people are people that supported me. Some of these people are people that 7 years ago said, Jay, you're funny. You should stream. And now I want to say to them years later, be like, I'm not funny.
I'll gladly warm up my bones, and you be sure to mind yours.
Excellent. Teeth are going to fly. Let's meet at the edge of the village.
Okay. Let's meet at the edge of the village. Merry Men Operations. Go to the. I'm tracking this quest. Go to the meeting spot. Okay. Appreciate the follow. But no, lately I've been doing a lot of real world politics stuff because as a person, my background is in poli-sci and history. But I want to get back into gaming. I've put out like 4 YouTube videos this week. My big concern is it's hard to be an MMORPG gamer right now because the genre, in my opinion, is dying, and it's our fault. It's the gamer's fault. Hey, Rochambeau just gifted you a sub. He's gifted 176 subs in this channel. Oh, dude, it's fine. I like getting riled up because it's a point, and it's a point where you gotta get. If you don't have passion and you don't have fire about the things that you think are wrong, there's no point. There's no point. Everybody, like I said earlier, I'm never going to be a popular streamer. I'm never going to be a popular streamer because I offend my viewership. And it's okay to be offended. Yeah, love the fact that someone asking for more info before following. Many just click follow and move on. Right? You'll also notice that my my follower count has been dipping because I offend people. It's okay to be offended. What's up, Little John?
Finally, you're here. I'm the one with sore bones here, not you. I saw a camp in this area.
You're fiendishly fast for such a bruiser. What is this camp?
Regular thugs, but they can cause trouble if they find us. Besides, saw them hiding something in the hollow tree.
Now you have my attention, John. No time to waste. Let's get moving.
First things first. Sneak up to the guard there. He's watching the camp and he doesn't look tougher than you. so we shouldn't have a problem.
You don't offend us. You're just wrong sometimes, like about MMOs being our fault. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, I'll hide in the grass. This'll be easy.
I'm gonna hide in the grass. Kill an enemy using stealth. I'm here for the Ashes of Creation content, which you have put on pause. Well, yeah, but the problem is that the Ashes of Creation content, what was I gonna do? Spend another 18 months talking about the live streams for 30 days at a time? Oh my, so I don't like that. Oh, it auto say okay.
Finally, you're here. I'm your friend.
Kill an enemy using stealth. I like the critic part in the NS, other reviewers' perspective, so that's why I'm interested. Yeah, and I think part of the problem is that good is the enemy of best. At best is the enemy of better. And so many so-called fans of their favorite MMO don't like when you criticize it. They think that criticizing it means you hate it. Being critical of something means you like it enough to point out its flaws. Oh, I'm very glad that I did that quest. That changes the game immensely. Your favorite MMO is dead and you hate NCSoft for it. What was your favorite MMO? How am I not playing Unicorn Overlord right now? It's so up my alley. Lineage 2? I mean, Lineage 2 isn't dead. I'll tell you why Lineage 2 died. Lineage 2 died because of the players, not because of NCSoft.
And that's how it's done, old-timer.
I'll admit, not too bad. Though I would have packed a bigger punch for it.
I've no doubt about that, John. Maybe you'll demonstrate that bigger punch on some other brigands.
I can barely move with this here back. You trying to do me in? Take care of him and come back to me.
Right, but the problem is, why did Lineage 2 die? Lineage 2 didn't die because of NCSoft. Lineage 2 died for the same reason full loot drop or non-consensual PvP games die. I beat the snot out of everybody. I collect their gear, so now they have, like, what somebody said on one of my YouTube videos the other day is that full loot drop means exchanging my time for your time. And I agree, absolutely. I spend 100 hours grinding for my gear. You kill me, I drop my gear. And so you benefited from my 100 hours without having to spend 100 hours. Absolutely. But the problem is, how many times am I gonna grind for gear for 100 hours, lose my stuff, and keep doing it? This is where Fractured was running into their problem, and they had to make a rules change. If it takes me 16 hours to make a set of gear, which is passive downtime crafting, then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna log in, I'm gonna run a set of gear, I'm gonna log out. The next day I'm gonna log in, run a set of gear and then go play. But if I die and I lose my gear and my guild or my town or my whatever doesn't have a replacement set for me, now I can't play because now I don't have gear. And then everybody makes the argument of like, well, you just play with like tier 3 gear. It did not have full loot. It was only to change drop items with negative karma, but I get you not right. But so I'm talking about full loot. I'm talking about both of them together, full loot and non-consensual PvP, right? I'm putting both of those together. Now, the problem with non-consensual PvP in Lineage 2 is when you get into a fight in Lineage 2 and you die, you lose XP. The person who murdered you loses more XP, but you still lose XP. And you lose the spot, right? The problem is non-consensual PvP is already a niche enough market. And now, when you have a niche enough market and you're driving people out of it, well, what are you expecting? It's like I said, EVE Online has had millions of people have tried EVE Online, but very few stay because they're never going to be able to catch up. The cap. But the big problem here, right? But there's also the option of super high-end gear for that high-risk gameplay style. Except there's not. Because most people, if they have super great endgame gear, they only use it. Oh, that was about Albion. Okay, right. But Albion has also got its own flaws, which they're trying to fix now, because Albion's big problem is it lost a lot of players because it's a Zerg versus Zerg game that's based around zone lines. I agree with what you said. NCSoft adding more and more pay-to-win elements instead of addressing issues did not help. But who was the core? Who was the core Lineage 2 audience? Which country was the core Lineage 2 audience? And as soon as you answer that question, you'll know why pay-to-win became such a big deal. The Korean local audience. And what do Korean players want? It also checks the worst these kind of games. There's people stay because the mechanics satisfy their behavior. So when you come new and you see a lot of sociopaths, yeah, and that's what I said about Mortal Online 2. Now, unfortunately, Mortal Online 2 is not my style of combat. I don't like directional combat. And there, again, I don't like directional combat. And truthfully, trying to understand how to get involved in Magic was so daunting that I literally said this. Mortal Online 2 may have the best, may turn out to have the best Magic system in any game I've ever played. But because it's like there's no in-game guide to getting started, and the guide I read, I got given 3 different people PM'd me the best guide, and I said, I responded to all 3 people. I said, you all gave me the same guide, but this reads like stereo instructions. And they said, oh, well, you'll get used to it when you get into the game. I said, so what you're saying to me is you want me to buy a subscription to a game on the chance that I like what I find, instead of the developer helping me like what I find before asking me for a subscription. And it was basically like, I just didn't want the Mortal Online 2 is a wild case. Criticize the game and the fanboys get free throw it. Actually, what I will say about the Mortal Online 2 community, you may have had that experience. What I'll say about them, the day I streamed it, the developer was here. About 100 people were here. And my video was actually passed around because I have a video up on my YouTube about Mortal Online 2 as a new player. And they passed it around and they said, this is a guy who has no dog in the fight, and he's just trying to give some constructive feedback about why our game's not popular. It was pretty well received. Of course, I had the handful of people, the 2-3 out of 100, that says, you're attacking the soul of the game. Yes, I am. Because the soul of the game is bad. And it's not this game particular, it's full loot drop games. It's just like the people in Arcade that would kill the newbies in the level 30 zones because they wanted to stroke their e-peen and they wanted to, you know, get a digital chubby. Congratulations. You have 27 skill points, or 33, whatever we had at the time. And you just killed a guy who's level 30, who has no toughness, no resilience. Congratulations. But there were literally people that would sit and run around and kill new players. Well, then what happens is that new player logs out. The next day they come back, they play, they log out. The third day they come back, they play, they get killed and murdered, and they uninstall. Where what you're saying is where the sociopaths in that community aren't getting it is, yeah, congratulations, you beat the character, but now your game went from having 1,000 players to 999. And these people will literally turn around and say, well, good, fuck them. I don't want them in my game anyway. So then the game goes from 999 to 800 to 700 to 600. And pretty soon the developer has to start adding pay to win mechanics in, because I got to sell something to make money because I can't keep the servers open. And then those people that were shitheads are the ones that yell the loudest about how the developer is a failure. The developer is a failure, maybe, but I gave you what you wanted and you bought it. I know you wanted it because you bought it. Now you bought it and you're mad about what it does to the game.
What did those dodgers hide in there?
Looks like loot from a theft. Some gold, some jewelry, everything covered in flour. Find out who this could be, John, and return it to the owner.
I'll have a look around the area as soon as I feel better. By the way, do you ever miss our looting days? Remember how one time you had me put on a frog and...
Well, I myself pretended to be blind to fool the sheriff. Yes, I remember. Good times, John.
By God! He was howling mad like a wolf when he figured out how we duped him. Could still hear him from a league away, and got a bit of gold while at it.
Maybe we'll pull off something like that again. Right now, it's time to look after the village.
You grow ever more reasonable with time, my friend. But you're right. We'll meet back home.
But it also makes it difficult for feedback, because the only people that are playing the game are shitty people or people who have talents for it. So all the voices are people who play a game that is bad thinking it's good. Right. And I'm not going to say it's bad thinking it's good. It's good for them. It's like I've said about EVE Online. EVE Online has had millions of people try the game over the years, but they still have a concurrent player base of sub 40,000. Well, if they were to open up a new server, they would probably get 1 million or more players. As long as they said, we're gonna have 1 million or more players. Yeah, and a lot of those 40K are alts. Absolutely. I ran a 6-man mining fleet by myself. I'm one player, and the thing is that I was only paying cash for one account, and the other 5 accounts I was keeping active with Plex. Yeah, number one, absolutely you can't have any transfers between the original Eve server and the new one. Number two, you absolutely cannot sell Plex. Number three, you absolutely cannot sell skill injectors. And if you did that for a year, after a year, I could see you then selling Plex, because after about a year, it wouldn't make a difference, right? Because EVE Online, since you have item loss, selling Plex is okay because there's not really pay to win. You could spend, as long as you don't have skill injectors, you could spend $1,000 on Plex to buy the ships you want, but because skills are earned with time, you can't speed that up. But then that is why people say you need skill injectors, because they say, oh, you can't speed up the time, so you can never catch somebody that started playing 20 years ago. Right, but you shouldn't catch somebody who started playing 20 years ago. And that's another thing people they don't really want to accept. Skill injectors was the worst idea. It was the absolute worst idea. It was the right intention, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I believe they had nothing but the best intentions for why they put skill injectors in the game. But it didn't work. You could buy and sell characters long before skill injectors. You're right. You could buy and sell characters. And that brings up a whole nother idea, a whole nother concept. Some people don't want to hear about selling characters, and I respect that. But at the same time, the thought of selling characters was a way for somebody to pay for, because remember, when you sold characters, you didn't sell them for real world money. I mean, people did, but that wasn't an authorized way to sell them for money. You could sell them for ISK. When you were on the character, oh shit, that was not a good plan. When you were on the transfer website, you traded them for ISK. So I spent 3 months paying the sub time for a character to get it up to be a miner, and then I sell it for ISK so that you don't have to spend 3 months sub time developing a miner. I don't know if that's in EVE Online only. I don't know if that's good or if that's bad or if that's wise or if that's foolish. But what I will say is I 100% don't want to see it in other games. But I do think in EVE it might be okay based on the nature of EVE. I would immediately say in other games I don't want to see characters bought or sold. But I think for EVE it might actually be okay because of the nature of EVE. But again, I think they're being foolish by not opening a new server, given some 5 million people have backed Star Citizen. Not good if you want reputation account. That is true. Okay, so I have to have 5 copper ingots to make the blacksmith. I can't make copper ingots. I can't make copper ingots because I don't have copper. And it's located in the mine. Stone, copper, Let's go down there. Is this game intended to be solo or multiplayer? This is a single player RPG. I better sleep. Now, this is a single player RPG. Oh, I probably should do Marion's quest first, huh? Chicken. Keep the barley roll on me. Get rid of the cider. Drag to item in order to upgrade it. Contain. Okay. Oh, I need that back. It's my empty bottle. There's my empty bottle. Don't need the salt. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Keep that. No, I think this game right here is, I would say, I think it's worth the $30. I don't know if you would think it's worth $30.
I know it's not in your nature, Marion, but have you had some rest since the escape?
But I think I could definitely see myself staying busy with this over a weekend or over a week. Now, like I said, the big thing is right now, I have Crusader Kings 3, which is keeping me entertained. So this will probably go on the back burner until I've done all of my... Because now that Plagues of the Dead is out... Or it's Plagues of the Dead. What's the actual official name of the expansion pack? Legends of the Dead. Because it's got the Legends system and it's got the Plagues. Do I still play Eve? No. I don't play Eve online anymore because... it affects my marriage, because when I play Eve, I'm there. I play, now that I'm retired, I would probably be, I wouldn't do anything else. I wouldn't make content. I wouldn't stream, because I would literally be playing Eve Online all the time. I went back to playing Eve Online a week. My wife was gone at her mother's for a 4-day weekend, and I was on leave from the military for the 2 days. So I got up on Thursday morning and I had no game to play. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to Eve. Just one character. And then I got on and I realized I had a bunch of Plex. So I was like, oh, well, let me just Plex up all my other accounts. And so I'm sitting there and I've got 2 computers running and 2 keyboards, and I got Synergy running, and all of a sudden I'm back to having a 6-man mining fleet, and I'm watching movies, and I'd forgotten Eve went down at like 5 a.m. my time. The server goes down, and I literally looked around and I was like, holy shit, I just gamed for 22 straight hours. So I got up, I took a shower, I went for a run. I made some breakfast. I laid down. I slept for like 6 hours. And then I got up, right? Got up at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I played from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until the server shut down again. Hooking up with old friends, talking to them. You're absolutely right. Eve players have 2 speeds, full stop and Mach 10. And the problem with Eve is it turns into a second job.
I could ask you the same thing, my dear. The Prince of Thieves needs to rest too.
Oh, the Prince of Thieves.
Now you're just mocking me. The Prince of Thieves.
A little, but mostly worrying. So many sleepless nights have passed to settle here.
So these 2 Norwegians won the Sweden Song Contest. Never been so humiliated.
There's no end in sight. Are you handling our people all right?
I tended to whom I could with what little there was left in the herbal satchel. I can gather new plants myself. but we need more serious equipment to look after the gravely injured.
Tell me how I can help you.
We have most of the construction materials, as well as the plans. Collect some reed for me. It usually grows by rivers and other bodies of water.
And later,
Look over the construction.
Did they identify as Swedes? Damn, that sounds like a Canadian team winning the Super Bowl. Oh, did anybody else see the NFL's proposed changes? The NFL wants to change how kickoffs happen and punts happen. I'm like, why are we changing football? Leave it alone. Although I think one thing we need to change about football, with these kickers now making like 62-yard field goals, I think it's time to make football fields 150 yards. Too many concussions? Yeah. I'd like to see us make football fields longer. 250 yards sounds good to me. Play some hard football, man. You got to move the ball 250 yards in 20 downs. 6 downs to gain 50. No, it's not 6 downs to get 15 yards. It's 4 downs to get 15 yards. Making the game harder. I also want to change the rules of football. No more punting. You get 4 downs. You get 4 downs. If you don't move the ball 15 yards, then you turn it over. You turn the ball over wherever you don't get your first down. That's it. You turn the ball over there. We're going to speed this up. All the rules have been changed to increase scoring, except for the Chicago Bears. Because when it comes to the Chicago Bears, their defense still does all of their scoring for them. That's a you problem. I know that's a me problem. Do you think Caleb Williams changes that for them? I don't think anything changes that for them. I don't think anything changes that for them at all. Period. It's like the Bears are allergic to having a decent offense. Honestly, if they had any mercy in football, the Chicago Bears would have just been dissolved. They would have been like, look, you went to the Super Bowl. You were leading 7-0 in the first 10 seconds of the game, and then you never scored after that. Be like, no, we're just putting you out of your misery. You're done. You're finished. Yeah, maybe they need move them to Oakland. Maybe they need another player named after a kitchen appliance. Yeah. You ever see that size of William Perry's hands? His Super Bowl ring, like it takes all 4 of my fingers for his Super Bowl ring. He was like some half dinosaur. What's up with this guy? He's part Tyrannosaurus Rex. Instruct an alchemy lab. Oh, Marion just wants me to bust out an alchemy lab. But before I can do that, I need to build a house. Well, yeah, she wants you to start making gold for her, right? So I have 9 workers, but only 2 available. Oh, because I have 1 assigned. Oh. Did they say she was a meth head? Yeah, right. What's Marion doing? She's in the lab again. There's some guy here. He's bald. His name is Sir Walter. Sir Walter de White. Oh, Sir Walter de White showed up. Huh?
Yes, exactly it, Robin. Applying broadleaf poultices won't help with serious wounds. Now I can get to some real work.
If it hadn't been for you, half of us wouldn't have survived the winter. You can't imagine how grateful I am that you're here.
Getting all sentimental? I'm here with you and I believe in what you're fighting for. We're fighting together. Besides, I can't quite imagine returning to the royal court and those perfumed toadies.
That's true, Marion, though it's still a long road ahead of us.
Shorter with every day, my love. Do what you have to, and I'll make sure the village is functioning properly while you're away.
Keep an eye on Tuck and Little John from time to time. They can be like 2 cats in a bag.
There's no cure I know of for their strain of camaraderie, but I can keep an eye on them, or a lash over them. There's one more thing, Robin.
Yes?
Take my sash and place it at home. Let it draw you back to it with my thoughts.
Thank you, Marion. I'll travel to this sash, to a home, to you.
Okay. I have no available skill points. And I need a skill point before I can do the next quest. I kind of screwed myself there. Who are you? And what do you do? Oh. You can fast travel if you go to a signpost. Nice. I got a drink. Those Green Archer needs water badly. You pumped so. Do you remember the advanced version of, like, I think it was Gauntlet Legends, where it was like one of the first games that had this what was it? Gauntlet Legends was one of the first games that you put in like your 3 initials and then your 4-digit PIN, and then you could come back to the game and put your initials and your 4-digit PIN in and pick up with your development where you left off. That was cool. But then what happened at most arcades? They wiped the games often, which I never understood, because you wipe the game, I'm not gonna keep coming back. Decap. Yeah, run away. He bravely ran away. To no avail. Yeah. He ran away. He was an archer. And he saw me butchering his friends, and he stayed. He didn't back off. Like, I'm sorry, but if I'm the archer and you guys are in melee combat, I'm gonna run away. And then I'm gonna say, get down, and then I'm gonna fire arrows, because after all, I'm an archer. Or just yell, look out, get down. See, but you don't yell, look out or get down. You come up with a phrase like, Tibetan Mastiff. And then your party drops and everybody's looking around for a Tibetan Mastiff. Or like, Gray Wolf. Jump up, get down. That's right. Royal Soldiers Camp. I've learned anything about this game yet. Gather everything, go back to your camp, and turn it in. Because it's going to be like, Robin, you need to build a perfume building, and you need 9 sage. You're going to be like, well, where the hell is sage? Oh dear.
Robin! Get him! Fire at will! Shoot him in the legs!
Don't shoot me in the legs. Whoa! Thought I got rid of him.
Fire at will!
There's my skill point that I need. Yeah, who is Will and why we fired him? It's Will Scarlet. Don't you know your Robin Hood lore? Now, call me crazy, but I don't think the guy wearing the tin can would want to, would necessarily want to get in the water. Yeah, this is like a weird game for trying to put on like a vertical for making clips. The zoom in is so high. I can't zoom out. That's it. So it's so weird for the... I've been trying to catch a couple of clips of decaps, but I can't zoom out. So I'll have to get them off the stream where I can frame the... Because as I've manipulated that middle box...
I haven't saved an artist from an execution yet.
Some artist, I'm far from Master Hugo, Simon, or the like, but I enjoy combining hues and forms on the graceful canvas of a house wall.
Have I robbed from the rich and given to the poor yet? Well, I've robbed from the thieves and kept for myself and told Little John to take it back. I guess that counts.
Yes, it sounds like a pleasant occupation.
Indeed, but there's no coming back to my home of Conisbro. They'll be looking for me, no doubt. Please take this key. I stashed all my savings in my home.
Thank you. There's no need.
But there is.
Very well, but how will I recognize your home?
By the flowers.
Complete your first beheading event. Little John spent it all on ale and hookers. That sounds like Little John, all right. That's why Little John has to get the hookers because, you know, little. The ladies don't flock to him. His sausage does not bring the girls to the yard. Are we talking about Little John or Little John? Well, if it's Braveheart, it's twice as long as a man, but some men are longer than others. So when you're in the wild, you travel back to your town, or you fast travel for water and food for thirst and hunger. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to do it. So that you can't just fast travel all over. That's interesting. Don't actually know if I'm doing any damage to the fence. I actually don't know it because there's no health bar, but it didn't bounce me off. I'm gonna guess I'm not doing any damage to the fence. Try a door. I love how these ladders aren't actually ladders. Let myself actually get all my stamina back. But I don't think this is working. I'll see if I can chop down the door. Nope. Oh. I probably need better tools. That's probably around, I probably need to make the next category of stuffs. Little pig, let me in. But no, I just want to see the copper mine real quick. But I definitely think this game would keep you busy. I definitely think this game would keep you occupied. If you could forgive, this game looks incredible. I think the game looks very good from a small studio for $30. I think there is enough here to keep you busy, right? Solve my first puzzle. Well, I solved the puzzle. I don't know what the hell I solved. But I solved it. I accomplished something. I don't know what it was. But it's accomplished. Focus. No, it blew something up. There was a barrel in there before. So it popped. It popped to the barrel. Thank you for standing completely still. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Just stand there. You damn well know I'm up here. But stand there for me. I wonder if the camps respawn. It's an interesting question. It's I'll add that to the list of things I try to find out. Oh, there's okay. So that makes so there's loose copper here because I'm gonna bet I can't mine it with this. Oh, I can. So they do have a really well thought out evolution for their crafting system. I can mine copper with the stone axe. That's a skeleton over there. Okay. Just see this last little bit and bob. So 10 copper ingots for 3 copper. Oh, but you need beach. That's not, I wonder if that's one or, I wonder if that's for one or for all 10. We shall see. But no, will I play this game again? Yeah. Will I probably play this game again on stream? Probably. Will I maybe, if I can, will I pop in tomorrow for a couple hours just to see how the game continues? Yeah, I think this game is really good. It obviously, like I said, if I'm streaming it, I'll keep playing it. But it will probably go on the back burner for a while because I have other things going on. But this is that for one? Send to storage? No, you pick it up. Okay. Just want to say I'm really enjoying your YouTube discussions on the current issues with MMO. Hey, Mossy Monk, thank you so much. Most people that are actually seeing them are enjoying them. I'm resurrecting a necro channel that's been dead for about 7 months. So as you can see, my channel isn't exactly blowing up at the moment. I I need to just keep with the grind. That's where really the audience helps. Every like, every comment, everything really, really, really helps with that. So I thank you for popping all the way over here to say that. That means a lot to me. You went out of your way and you put a smile on my face, which I appreciate. All right, so the building I wanted to build, well, hold on. First of all, let me go down here. See, this is where I'm gonna run in. This is where I'm gonna run into the problem, because it's like I need to go, but I want. It's like one more thing, Mom. One more thing. And now I have tracker. I have tracker, so I can go do that other quest. Now. Oh, that's what. Okay, this whole time I've been sitting here, like when you pull out your bow, it says special attack, left alt. I don't have my special attack. Oh, I have my spinning slash, but I don't have one for the bow. You have no skill. That's, we all know that. But god damn it, Grumpy Old Man is down again. Somebody pick up his stuff. Okay, so blacksmith, so I need more pine. Okay. It's always one more thing. I'll go get more pine because I want to see the blacksmith. I want to see. Oh, are you going to be enough? Low blow. Come on. Yes. Hey, Grumpy Old Man, it's a low blow. But when I'm in my tours and tournaments in CK3, I'm okay with being known as a low blower. How many did I get? 13. That wasn't enough, was it? I don't think it was enough. Yeah, Grumpy, I ran a tournament in tours and tournaments, and every single person in the tournament was a member of my dynasty. Most of them my direct children, because I did my eugenics program, and I've got all Shield Maiden, Herculean aspiring blade masters, and so I'm literally in a tournament fighting all my kids. Oh no, I didn't make them resign, man. I slapped them. They might be shield maiden, all this, that, and the other, but I got the +8 prowess weapon and the +8 prowess armor. Be like, if I'm paying, like, if I'm paying for the tournament, I'm getting the prize. Oh, okay. This is very cool. Lock picks. We ran into some things that could be picked before. Copper hatchet, copper pickaxe, copper short sword, long sword. Oh, nice. Nice. Silver sword. Don't make a sword out of silver. The only thing I would need to get is sulfur. Let me see if... Does my guy have sulfur? I doubt he'll have sulfur. I doubt it would be this easy.
Good business to you.
Yeah, I doubt it. I didn't think that was going to happen. So what I need to do is I need to go to the bed so I can save. Ooh. Alrighty. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me on a Saturday. Definitely, I think I'm definitely going to try to carve up some time tomorrow to jump on here again and play through this a little more. I want to see if sometimes you get these games that are like RPGs with like building, and then right after you get done with it, it gets too easy. I want to see how much more there is to it. So I will see you guys tomorrow.